Good morning, room 53. Happy Monday. Welcome to June. We are really going into the home stretch right now. Today is actually our last lesson in Unit 9. We're going to be wrapping it up this week. So we are a lot closer than you may have even thought. But we are going to still do a little bit of work or a lot of bit of work just to keep on going. So we are going to start with our mental math and fluency and our math message. And to start us off, we have our first question, 20 plus 30. So remember, mental math is quick, right? No number grids, no number lines, trying not to use our fingers, using all the strategies that we have learned this year. So 20 plus 30. I think 2 plus 3, and I make sure that I'm thinking about it as tens. So if you got 50, you are correct. Let's try another one, 30 plus 40, or 3 plus 4, 3 tens plus 4 tens. Use those reflex math skills that you've been practicing. If you said 30 plus 40 is 70, you are correct. Let's move on to level 2. Remember, mental math and fluency is quick. All right, let's take a look at our next one, 50 plus 50, or 5 plus 5, 5 tens plus 5 tens. If you got the answer of 100, you are a rock star. 50 plus 60, 5 plus 6, 5 tens plus 6 tens. Going into the 3-digit numbers, into the hundreds with this one. So 5 plus 6 is 11, 11 tens. Put a 0 in the back to get the answer of 110. Fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our level 3. Quick, that mental math. 60 plus 70. These are all tens that we are adding, only zeros in the ones place. So we can think 6 tens plus 7 tens, 6 plus 7, and we put a 0 in the back. So if I know 6 plus 6 is 12, 6 plus 7 is going to be one more to make 13. And I get a total of 130. All right, and our last one, 90 plus 80. I have 9 plus 8. I'm going to think 8 plus 8 or 9 plus 9. To help me figure this out, I'm going to think tens. I'm going to put a 0 in the back. All right, if you said 170, you got it. Excellent. Let's move on to our math message. If you have 6 boxes of markers with 10 markers in each box, how many markers do you have in all? So this is a number story that I would like for you to solve. And it is asking you to use different ways to solve it. I know you don't have all of these tools, but you can draw an open number line to solve. You could draw a picture to solve. And you can think about how you would solve it using these 3 tools, a number line, a number grid, and base 10 blocks. So I'm going to ask for you to pause the video while you solve this. And then when you're ready, come back and we're going to talk about all 3 of these different ways and different tools that we could use to solve this question. So your question again, before you pause and solve on your own, is 6 boxes of markers with 10 markers in each box. How many markers do you have in all? Go ahead and pause. And when you come back, I will be exploring all 3 of those tools so that we can talk about how we would use all 3 of them to come up with the answer to this number story. All right, so you should have solved. If not, then you should not be back on this video yet. So we're going to talk about our number grid first. If I wanted to, if I can move this a little bit here. If I wanted to count by tens and I wanted to figure out how many markers were in 6 boxes, if every box has 10 markers in it, I can use a number grid to help me solve that. So this number grid right here is a little hard to see. Oh, there we go. All right, so I'm going to start at my first box of markers that had 10 in it. Okay, and then I'm going to count down the number grid for each box of markers. There were 6 of them. Okay, so I'm going to count down one box. So that's right here, one box, 2 boxes, 3 boxes, 4 boxes, 5 boxes, 6 boxes, and that would be where I would stop. So if I had 6 boxes of markers with 10 markers in each box, that gives me a total of 60, right? We would have 60 markers altogether. But we want to make sure, so we find other ways to solve. So let's take a look at base 10 blocks. If I were going to use base 10 blocks, I know each of these longs equals a 10. Right? So if I have 6 boxes of markers, I'm going to want to have 6 longs. So I'm going to change my number right here. Okay, I'm going to take this long and bring it up here so that I have 6 of them. And then I'm going to count them. This is 1 box, 2 box, 3 boxes, 4 boxes, 5 boxes, 6 boxes of markers. These are each going to stand for a box of markers. And when we count them by tens, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So again, we find that we have 60 markers. One other way we could do this is we can take a look at an open number line. Maybe you drew an open number line. So for our open number line, we're going to go from 0, right, to 60. Right? And we are going to go ahead and put that number line up here. All right. So this is what our number line would look like. I have 0 as my starting number, and each of these hops is a box of markers. So 1 box, 2 boxes, 3 boxes, 4 boxes, 5 boxes, 6 boxes. And as you can see, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay. So there are lots of different ways that we could solve a number story like the one that we just saw. But all of these ways have us counting by tens. It has us skip counting. You have been skip counting by all different kinds of numbers since you guys were in kindergarten. And we're going to see how that skip counting is going to help us with things that we're going to be learning as we get a little bit older. So, as we move into our lesson for today, we're going to keep in our minds about skip counting by tens, and we're also going to be putting fives in there. Right? So that's the end of our mental math and fluency and math message. I will see you in our video for our lesson.